Yo, what is up, YouTube fam? It's your boy Legend, and I am back with another video. You already know what this is just by looking at the thumbnail. What if Naruto was the grandson of Naori Uchiha? Now, come here for a second. Come here. This is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to hit that like button. The like goal for this video is going to be 6 likes. That's the like goal for the video. Went up by 1. And I also want you guys to hit that subscribe button. We are really close to hitting our short-term goal of 1,100 subscribers. Now, literally 17 subscribers away. That's how far we are from this goal. We are 17 subscribers away from this goal. So hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's get into this intro so we can start this wonderful what if. Alright guys, quick little interruption about this what if. In this particular part, there's some things in here that slightly relate to some things that happened in my life. So it may or may not be a little difficult to actually get through this, but let's just start. 2 months have passed since Naruto was attacked. 2 months since masked root operatives tried to silence him forever, right in his own village. He hadn't slept the same since. He hadn't lived the same since. Now, the boy who once filled rooms with quiet confidence walked like a ghost, shoulders hunched, back always tense, as if the air itself could strike. Every step through Konoha streets was taken with suspicion. Every face was a potential mask. Every shadow was too long. Every footstep behind him was too heavy. He trusted no one. No one except for Kushina. The only reason he even trusted her was because she had nearly died, bleeding out in front of him, shielding his body with her own. Naruto Uchiha Namikaze was orphaned by dumb decisions and betrayal, walking toward the Hokage's office like a mouse through a battlefield. His dark eyes, once warm, now scanned everything. The windows above, the alleys to the side, the rooftops. He would pause every few dozen of steps and glance back. If anyone was following him, they'd know he knew. This was his life now. Not peace, not safety. Survival. And paranoia had already come with the cost. One of them being Sasuke. Flashback. 1 week after Naruto's hospital release, the metal clicked 6 times. All 6 of those clicks were locks. Locks that opened before Naruto opened the door to his apartment. The space was hollow now. 2 bedrooms, 1 empty. His mother, Mikoto, had died on an Anbu mission. Naruto never got the full story of what happened or what went wrong. Just the folded flag, the broken look in Kushina's eyes when she saw him, and of course, her eyes in the note. Now the apartment felt like a tomb. Naruto stood in the doorway and unfolded a small, worn slip of paper. His daily list. He wrote 1 every single morning. Not because he forgot things, but because the structure helped. It gave him control. It was a to-do list. Food shopping. Shuriken practice for 30 minutes. Taijutsu striking drills. With the Sharingan now. 2 flowers. 1 for Mikoto's grave. And 1 for Kushina's bedside. He checked each item like a ritual. Then stepped outside, locking all 6 of the locks behind him. The walk to the market was slow and tense. Every 4 seconds, he was looking behind him, Every corner was approached with caution. He gripped the inside of his sleeve with the kunai that he was hiding, fingers twitching. Halfway there, it happened. Sasuke, the arrogant bastard, stepped out from an alleyway without warning and grabbed Naruto's shoulder from behind, hard and possessive. Oi, we need to talk. Sasuke didn't get to finish. His forearm was split open before the words were fully out. Skin peeled. Red streaked through the air. Naruto had spun Sharingan active, two tomo blazing in each eye. He slammed Sasuke against the wall, hand gripping his throat. His kunai was raised. Chest to chin. He was going to split him open. But then he saw it. The fear. He saw the blood. He saw Sasuke. And Naruto froze. His breath hitched. The kunai trembled in his hand. Then he let go. Sasuke crumpled, clutching his bleeding arm. Naruto took a step back, and then another. And then he turned, and he ran. He didn't stop until he was back behind the door with all 6 of the locks. End of flashback. Now, Naruto stood outside the Hokage's tower. List clenched into his fist, his jaw tight. He inhaled slowly through his nose. Held it, and then talked to himself. You're fine. No one's behind you. No one's watching you. He opened the door and stepped inside. But in his mind, he could still feel Sasuke's pulse beneath his fingers and the fear in his own. The Hokage's office was quiet. Too quiet. Naruto hated that silence. It reminded him of the hospital, of the cold machines that beat next to Kushina's bed, of how he sat there unmoving, waiting for her chest to rise and fall just to reassure himself that he hadn't lost the only person that he could trust. He opened the tall wooden door. Its aged hinges creaking softly. The click of it closing behind him echoed like a lock being thrown. In a way, it was. Minato Namikaze stood by the wide arched window in the Hokage's office, back turned, hands clasped behind him. The late morning light spilled over his signature coat, white with red flames looking at the edges, casting the long shadow across the room. When he heard the footsteps, he turned. Ah, Naruto, Minato said, his voice warm if slightly wary. I was just about to call for you. Naruto stood still for a second. His black eyes hardened and shadowed, narrowed slightly. He didn't offer a greeting. He didn't bow. He only stepped forward and spoke with his voice low and edged like a blade, freshly drawn. I need some space from the village. Minato blinked, caught off guard. What? I'm not asking, Naruto said. I'm telling you. Minato's expression shifted from surprise to immediate concern. Naruto, that's not... I don't feel safe here. Naruto cut in, his voice cracking slightly with something deeper than anger. Pain. After what happened. After those weird masked ninja tried to kill me in the middle of my own village. I can't breathe. I flinch at shadows. I wake up in a panic. What kind of shinobi? What kind of person doesn't feel safe in their own home? Minato's brows furrowed. That's not a reason to abandon the village. And then Naruto's eyes narrowed. No, he said bitterly. That's your excuse. Abandoning your family. That's what you do, right? Minato stiffened, taken aback. You don't get to tell me what's right and wrong when you're the one who left me and my mom behind like we didn't exist. Naruto's voice rose, his fist clenched at his sides. You still have me living in that same 2-bedroom apartment I shared with her before she died on an Anbu mission. You never asked about. I was 1, maybe 2, when you walked out on us. Naruto, no! Naruto snapped, cutting him off again. His breathing grew shallow, his voice louder, harsher. Don't even try to act like you care now. You can't lie to me. The proof's out there. Walking around the village in clean clothes, in the house with a real family. Mikoshin gets everything. A warm bed, hot meals, a mother who loves her. You, and where am I in all of this? Minato opened his mouth, only to be silenced by Naruto's next words. You making Miss Kushina my Joni sensei doesn't count, he spat. I'm not even related to her, and she's the only one who treats me like I matter. She's the only person in this entire goddamn village that I trust. Because when those masked bastards came for me, she didn't run. She didn't freeze. She nearly died protecting me. Minato was silent now, his expression unreadable. Naruto's eyes glistened. The boy wiped away his tears with his sleeve, but they kept falling. His voice quivered, but didn't weaken. So tell me, Naruto whispered, why do you hate me? Minato's breath caught. That has to be the reason, Naruto said, stepping forward. His voice had dropped to a near whisper now, but the venom behind it was unmistakable. You didn't want me. Is that it? You didn't want a son? Or maybe mom made you angry and I'm just the punishment. Naruto, no. Then why? Naruto shouted, fist shaking. Why do you only show up when I'm bleeding out? When I'm hanging on by a thread? Why do you only acknowledge me when I'm almost dead? His voice cracked into a sob. Minato's hand twitched towards him, but Naruto recoiled like the gesture burned him. You treat Miss Kushina and Mikoshin like they're the only things in your life that matter, Naruto shouted, tears now streaming openly down his face. Like I was just a mistake you locked away. Then something clicked in Naruto's mind. He froze, then stared wide-eyed at Minato, as if solving a puzzle he never wanted to piece together. His voice turned to ash. Wait, he said. I know what it is. Minato's heart sank. You only let Mom give birth to me because I was supposed to be a weapon. Naruto's body trembled. That's why I exist, right? I was supposed to be something useful, something you could mold, something to use. Minato stared at his son, stunned. His mouth parted as if the words he wanted to say had dried on his tongue, and Naruto saw it. He saw that hesitation. Rage tore through him like a wildfire. With a cry, Naruto surged forward, leaping across the desk with speed born of trauma and instinct. His Sharingan flared to life, both thighs spinning violently, and a third tomo in each orb clicked into pace with a surge of raw chakra. Minato's eyes widened, fully mature. The boy didn't hesitate. His fist struck the fourth Hokage square in the jaw, the impact sharp and brutal. Minato stumbled back a step, more stunned by the power behind the hit than the actual pain itself. He looked at Naruto again, and this time, he saw it. All. The tears, the betrayal, the pain, the child. And without a word, he stepped forward and pulled Naruto into a tight, crushing hug. Naruto froze. I'm sorry, Minato whispered against his son's trembling shoulder. You may not believe me, but I am. I've made mistakes. Too many. But you know I cannot let you leave. Not like this. Naruto shoved him away violently. Don't touch me, he snarled, eyes still spinning. You don't get to hug me and then put me back in a cage. You don't get to pretend to care. And before Minato could say another word, Naruto turned and bolted out of his office, the door slamming against the wall in his wake. His mind was made up. He didn't play with his own safety. And if the village wouldn't protect him, he would protect himself by getting the hell out. He was going home, packing, and leaving the village behind. But over 4 hours ended up passing. Naruto sat on the highest edge of a slanted rooftop that overlooked the western wall of Konoha, his legs dangling off the edge like a child too tired to care whether he fell. The sun was slowly beginning to set now, casting the sky in hues of molten gold and soft purple. It would have been beautiful, calming, even if his mind wasn't clawing at itself in silent agony. He packed hours ago a durable scroll pouch that sat across his back, reinforced duffel slung over his shoulder, sealed with storage scrolls containing supplies, weapons, rations, and maps. He had triple checked everything: clothes, first aid, chakra pills, his mother's kunai still etched with her initials, and yet he hadn't moved. Not because he was scared, but because he had been waiting for someone who was supposed to stop him, waiting for Minato, and still nothing. Naruto clenched his jaw as the wind passed over him, tousling his dark hair. His black eyes, void of the Sharingan now, burned not with chakra, but grief. He had screamed at his father. He'd struck him. He'd cried right in front of him. He'd said the cruelest of things he could manage, just to provoke some response beyond silence and pity. And still, Minato had let him go. Naruto gave a bitter, hollow laugh under his breath. Guess I got my answer. He rose to his feet, eyes scanning the quiet rooftops, the empty streets below. The village was still unaware. No Anbu, no concerned shinobi rushing to intercept him, no voice shouting his name in desperation, no warm arms pulling him back into the light. There was no one. So he turned, and with one final look back at the Hokage monument glowing under the sunset, Naruto disappeared over the wall. He didn't look back again. Meanwhile, across the village, in the Namikaze household, warmth had returned in the form of Kushina. She was still weak, still sore from the injuries she had suffered defending Naruto from the root agents, but she was alive. That was more than she could say about the growing rift that seemed to pull her family further apart each day. She sat on the couch, wrapped in a light shawl, legs curled up beneath her, as she silently sipped her tea. Minato sat across from her in a wooden armchair, arms resting heavily on his thighs. His gaze was distant, shoulders heavier than they had ever appeared during war or battle. Kushina noticed it immediately. "You're quiet," she said softly. Minato didn't respond, not at first, and she didn't press. Kushina knew that Minato was like a dam, still and calm until the water behind it threatened to burst through, and after nearly 10 minutes of silence, the crack finally appeared. "My son hates me," he said. The words hit Kushina like a blow. She blinked, tilted her head in disbelief. What do you mean? Naruto hates you. Minato's voice was quieter now. He came to my office earlier. Told me he needed to leave the village. That he didn't feel safe here anymore. Not after the attack. Not around anyone but you. Kushina's lips parted, but the words died before they could form. I told him no, of course. Minato continued. But then, he lost it. He said things I never imagined I'd hear him say. He thinks I don't care about him. That I abandoned him and his mother. That I never wanted him. He even thought I let Mikoto give birth to him just to turn him into a weapon. Minato's voice cracked. He said I only pay attention to him when he's about to die. The silence was suffocating. Only the soft tick of the wall clock could be heard as Kushina processed his words. Minato's eyes glistened, but he didn't wipe them. He hit me. Fully awakened his Sharingan, right there in my office. 3 Tomo. He was so angry. And then he ran off. Kushina stood up slowly. Minato watched her, unsure what to expect. She didn't cry. She didn't sit back down. She exploded. You idiot! She shouted, her chakra flaring wildly for a moment before she got it under control. I told you this would happen. Minato blinked. When we found out Mikoto died, what did I say? What did I say? She yelled, stabbing her finger towards him. I said to let Naruto come live with us. I said we needed to bring him into the family. Really bring him in. But no, you kept saying it was complicated. That the timing wasn't right. You thought putting him on a getting team with me would fix everything? You thought slapping a label on it would make up for years of silence? Minato remained still, stunned by her fury. Kushina's voice trembled now, not with rage, but pain. He doesn't feel like your son, Minato. He feels like a burden, a project, a ghost you'd rather ignore. And it doesn't matter if you love him, she said, placing a hand over her heart, because you never showed it. Not in ways he needed. I didn't mean for this to happen, Minato whispered. Well, it happened, she said coldly. And now, our son's gone. That word, our, cut deeper than anything. Minato shot to his feet, panic rising in his throat. Gone? You think he waited, Kushina said, her eyes filled with unshed tears. I know he did. That boy waited for you to come stop him. He was probably sitting up on some rooftop, looking at the sun, hoping that you'd come and chase after him, beg him to stay. And when you didn't, he left. Minato's knees weakened, and he sank back into his chair. Kushina turned away, pacing the room. You better find him. Not as the Hokage, not as some shinobi with the mission report to file, but as his father. And when you do, you better fight for him, because you're already years too late. Minato closed his eyes, and for the first time since the Third War, he truly didn't know if he'd already lost. But guys, I'm going to end it off right here. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe while you are at it. Remember, like goal for this video is 6 likes today, so hit that like goal. And obviously you already know the sub goal. Sub goal is 1,100 by June, so hit that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. But without further ado, I am out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay blessed, fam.